President Biden kicking the can down the road again when it comes to student loan debt. He is extending the pause on federal loan repayments as his debt forgiveness plan faces legal challenges and is potentially headed to the Supreme Court. Joining us now is Marc Thiessen, Fox News contributor, former speechwriter for President George W. Bush, and, of course, a Washington Post columnist. So as of January the 1st, people were supposed to start their payments again on their outstanding student loans. President Biden came out and said, nope, we're going to kick that back now to the end of June.
Yeah, because the pandemic is over, except it's not over. So, I mean, he can't make up his mind. I mean, look, he's giving these people false hope because he's going to lose this case. This is the president. He's claiming the authority to spend up to $1 trillion in U.S. taxpayer money without authorization from Congress. That's a direct assault on the power of the purse of Congress. Even Nancy Pelosi said last year that he couldn't do it before he did it, and then she sort of reversed course. But how does he claim the authority to do that? He's using something called the 2003 HEROES Act, which was a law passed after 9/11 to make sure that the people who were called up to active duty to fight the war on terror, to risk their lives for our country, didn't default on their loans. And that says in a war or national emergency. And he's saying, well, the pandemic's a national emergency, so I'm going to conduct an act of stolen valor. I'm going to take a benefit for people who risked their lives for our country and give it to a bunch of people who took out loans they can't afford. And that's how I'm going to do it. And the courts are going to turn that down.
Yeah. Because it is Congress, the House in particular, that generates any spending.
Exactly.
And the president circumvented that, even though, and I want to go to call for number 3 here, he seemed to indicate at a White House event that he had gone to Congress to do it. Listen to this.
It's passed. I got it passed by a vote or two, and it's in effect.
Passed what? It was an executive order. He didn't pass anything.
No, he didn't pass anything. And look,
I mean, the pen passed over the paper, but that's about it.
That's exactly right. No, he's driving a truck through this phrase national emergency in the 2003 law. And here's the problem with that, is that he's just argued in the courts that he should be able to lift Title 42 because the pandemic emergency is over. So we're going to allow people to come across the border and lift that because the pandemic's over. But he's going to argue in the courts now that the pandemic is not over, which is what allows him to do the student loan. So which one is it? And apparently in the Biden administration, the pandemic is over for illegal immigrants crossing our border in record numbers, as you've pointed out, the size of Ireland. But for American citizens, it's not.
Yeah. This is also costing us money, as was pointed out in the Wall Street Journal today. Let's put this up on the screen. The fact that he has deferred the student loan repayments, it has also cost taxpayers $155 billion to date, since interest isn't accruing on student debt that Uncle Sam is financing with debt that carries increasing interest rates. So he's paying for dollars with $10 bills.
No, it's exactly right. And who's paying it? Working class Americans. So if you want proof that the Democratic Party has abandoned the working class and become a party of college-educated coastal elites, this is it. You've got, and this is a regressive policy. It's a reverse Robin Hood policy where he's stealing from the poor to give to the rich. He's having janitors in a hospital cafeteria paying for the medical degrees of doctors and nurses. He's having the school janitor pay for the advanced degrees, the law degrees of the well-to-do parents. He's having auto mechanics pay for the graduate school loans of the people wealthy people who bring their cars in to get fixed. This is a war on the working class by this administration, which just shows that the Democratic Party is no longer the party of the working class.
We had one Democratic member of Congress on. I can't remember who it was, but they were saying, well, those plumbers and auto mechanics, et cetera, who have children who have student loans are probably pretty happy that they're going to get student loan forgiveness.
Yeah, well, the majority of them don't, and the majority of them probably don't have kids who are getting medical degrees and advanced degrees and law degrees and all the rest of it.
Marc, have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too and your family.
I hope you spend some quality time with your family.
I will.
Thanks for coming in.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.